Welcome back to another Deep Dive with Derek. I'm your host, Derek. My friends call me D-Rock here with another reaction to Phish, sort of. I recently have reacted to Wilson, including, I wouldn't call it studio, but, way back from Gamehenge or The Man Who Stepped Into Yesterday. I checked out a live show. I checked out the Madison Square Garden thing. And one of the commenters said it bothered him once a Seattle Seahawk, Russell Wilson, started using Wilson as his kind of theme song, so to speak. And then all of a sudden, YouTube presents me with algorithms being algorithms. It presents me with this video. The Seattle Seahawks, Russell Wilson collides with Phish. And I thought, might be fun to check out. So let's get it.
In my house, we're a Jets family, but probably last year, I think it was week 10 when the Seattle really put the whipping on the Jets. When I started noticing just how great Russell is.
Wilson play fake, throwing downfield, got a man out there, Sidney Rice. Wow, what a perfect pass from Russell Wilson.
He's my height, inspires the dream that it's possible for somebody this height to play in the NFL. So suddenly thought maybe he should appropriate the song.
Wearing jeans.
It's one of the songs that you could go to a Phish show, and even if you've never seen the band, you instantly are part of that song and you know what to do.
You have to hear two notes, and you are in it. You are ready.
Everybody goes crazy. Wilson! And it gets loud. Dun-dun, dun-dun.
The song comes from this. My senior thesis was to write a musical.
Iculus had given the Helping Friendly book to the lizards thousands of years earlier as a gift.
It was actually called The Man Who Stepped Into Yesterday, but people call it Gamehenge. Wilson comes from that. Wilson's the king, and they're all trying to overthrow him. He's the scary guy in the story. I guess I'm not talking about this. I don't want to talk about Gamehenge on the NFL. You gotta understand, at the time, nobody was listening. Really. No one was ever supposed to hear it. We were a band, maybe, but we were like a band in our room.
In our imagination. We were a band.
We were a band in our imagination.
In our own minds.
What is it I love about Phish? Different sets, different songs every night, I'm not really into going and seeing bands that play their album every night.
We don't use song lists or anything. We just walk on stage and we play. We make it up. It's all, audibles.
Confirmed.
Audibles, no huddle.
The hardest part is trying to explain that it's really not the same thing, ever.
Wilson, here comes the pitch. He looks like he wants to throw.
It's like going to a bunch of football games in a row. They're never going to be the same.
Wow, the Seahawks are pulling out all the stuff.
We've each seen over 75 shows, and we have never seen the same show.
Everybody comes up with this stuff when they're hanging out with their buddies, but we actually do it.
It's kind of like the theme to the Phish TV show. With Abe Vigoda.
So, one night we were out, hanging out one night. We're like, we should play the whole White Album. And then the next day we were playing the whole White Album. It's like, oh, let's call Abe Vigoda. And then...
Abe Vigoda, ladies and gentlemen. 92 years old.
And he can dance like that.
And he dances his ass off in a wombat suit.
We didn't ask anybody to start doing that chant. It really was one of the many, many, many spontaneous things that the Phish audience, they just started doing it.
There's a song we have called Stash, where there used to be this little woodblock part that I would play, but the crowd has taken it over and goes ta-ta-ta, and they do this little clapping thing, so we've just left a hole there, and they sort of taken that part. And then it just always continued.
I don't remember the specific moment when the Wilson chant started, but it was pretty early. I remember playing at the Garden, one of the first times we played there. I think it was '94. The coolest thing ever. And just you walk on a stage, just the littlest thing. And it was just like deafening.
I think that's the show that I watched, that I reacted to.
It surprised us. When it happened, I was in tears.
That's what, you know, the Phish and Seahawks similarity is. It's the 12th man. It's getting the crowd intertwined with the band. It's kind of the same way of, you know, here we're getting intertwined with the game and with Russell Wilson.
You know, and so the same thing, we're in Seattle and I'm playing, like, oh my God, I should play Wilson and, you know, dedicate it to Russell Wilson because I love that guy.
This is how you have to help me out. I wanted to do this all last football season, but I don't really know how we're going to pull this off. We, I say, because we're going to do this together. But by next season, every time Russell Wilson walks on the field,
I was really surprised. It was like, I mean, Phish is from Vermont. I'm from the East Coast. I'm used to them talking about East Coast things. I had no idea they would start talking about the Seahawks. So it was awesome to see.
I think you know where I'm going with this.
Like many of the things in our existence as a band, I would say, like, it's born out of a sense of humor. The ideas snowball. They take on lives of their own, which this clearly has.
I've been seeing Phish since '89, and I've also been a season ticket holder for 15 years. So it was like my two worlds, like my two most favorite things collide, and it was just like right on, you know. Right before the Gorge shows, I was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna go find a good shirt that I can put it on. And I made two, one for him and one for me. Couldn't really get up close because I'm not into the crowd, so I gave it to my wife, who worked her way up to the rail and held up the shirt and waited for Trey to, you know, see her and see the shirt and ask for it. And when he asked for it, she just tossed it up on stage. I was like, oh, I think that's it. I think he's got it. Not only did he pick up the shirt and put it on, but he wore it the whole show.
We saw that he was wearing a Seahawks shirt, but it had a little donut, which was so awesome. We were trying to tell everybody around us, we know what's coming. This is gonna be so much fun.
He played nearly the entire song and then just stopped.
We are absolutely sure that this song is going to be in the loudest stadium in the world next season. Come on, guys, it's got to happen. It's got to happen when he walks on the field. We expect the Wilson chant. Come on, make it happen.
We started getting emails saying, hey, have you guys seen this latest video of Phish? And they had a request to the fans about incorporating the song Wilson here at our actual stadium at CenturyLink. And they sent us a bunch of notes. I'm talking a number of fans did. And we started to say, what's going on here?
When we return.
Down with disease and I'm up before the dawn.
Russell, you mentioned the noise tonight. I just want to get your thoughts on the Wilson chant.
You feel it in your gut. It's like hearing Mike's bass tone. It's that same kind of thing where you just, it's dropping bombs in a stadium.
There may have been a million people named Wilson, and our crowd might have started this whole thing, but I mean, it does seem to have all naturally glommed around.
The song's been going for 30 years, and there's never been anybody yet
worthy
of the song. That, in our opinion. In our opinion.
I enjoy myself.